In the age when kingdoms rose and fell under the shadow of swords, 5 young men left their village in search of bread, purpose, and hope. They carried nothing but a sack of grain, a single horse, and dreams larger than the world they knew. But fate, cruel and tender as always, scattered them across danger, despair, and revelation. This is their story of friendship, courage, and the quiet victory of human faith in the darkest of times. In a forgotten corner of the old lands, where the mountains folded into the forests and the rivers hummed in the twilight, there stood a humble village named Karalov. Life there was as slow as the seasons. The earth gave only what it wished, and men learned to bow before its will. Among its dwellers were 5 friends, bound by childhood and poverty alike. Mikhail, tall, broad-shouldered, with a stern brow and quiet eyes that saw far beyond the horizon. He was the natural leader, though he never claimed it. Andrei, wiry, restless, with sharp cheekbones and a fire in his speech. His laughter was quick, but so was his anger. Petya, the youngest, gentle-faced, his hands always trembling when he spoke. His heart was too soft for the world's hardness. Ivan, slow of thought but strong of will, with arms like iron and a calm patience that made others trust him. Sergei, fair-haired, with a wandering gaze and a mind full of dreams. He carried a small wooden flute wherever he went and played when the nights grew heavy. When the harvest failed for the 3rd year and their families began to starve, the 5 gathered one evening beside the dying fire and decided to seek fortune in Velmor, a distant city said to overflow with work and gold. It would take 13 days on foot, a pilgrimage of survival. They set out before dawn, the fog still heavy upon the fields. Their single horse, Brannick, carried the sacks of barley and dried meat, the fruit of their meager savings. For days they walked, through mud and frost, through silence and hope. But on the 7th day, in the thick of the dark forest, shadows moved among the trees. Bandits. 5 men, hardened by hunger and cruelty, emerged from the mist, their blades glinting with wicked light. "Leave the horse," said the leader, a scar running down his left eye, "and walk away alive." Mikhail stepped forward. "It carries our food. Take half and let us pass." But mercy was not a coin those men traded in. Steel flashed, the air filled with the cry of fear. The friends scattered among the trees as arrows whistled behind them. They ran, branches tearing their clothes, hearts pounding with the raw pulse of survival. When silence fell again, one of them, Petya, was gone. The horse was taken, the forest swallowed the echoes, and grief settled like ash on their faces. That night, beneath a dead tree, Mikhail whispered, "We'll find him, no matter how many years it takes." Andrei's jaw trembled. If he lives, he'll wait. They reached Velmor 5 days later, blistered, hungry, and hollowed out by loss. The city rose before them like a beast made of stone. Towers of smoke, streets alive with shouting, smells of iron and sweat and unending movement. Each went his own way in search of work. Mikhail found labor at the docks, carrying sacks for merchants who spoke to him as though to an ox. Andrei became a messenger for a trader, running through rain and mud, his pride thinning with each order barked at him. Ivan entered the blacksmith's forge, where his strength became his bread and his silence his armor. Sergei found shelter in a restaurant, playing his flute for coins tossed without care. Each night they met at the same place, a narrow alley behind a candlemaker's shop, to share their meager food and news. They spoke of Petya, their lost brother, and built plans upon dreams. Finding him, freeing him, restoring what was taken. Their chance came with Master Doran, a wealthy spice merchant whose kindness seemed almost out of place in the city. Hearing their story, he promised aid. "There are ways to reach the forests and those who haunt them," he said. "But you must work and wait." For 2 winters they labored under Doran's roof, saving coin by coin. Then, one night, a caravan arrived. Among its guards was a thin, pale figure, his eyes hollow, yet alive. It was Petya. He had escaped, wounded, aged by sorrow, but not broken. The reunion was silent. Words failed them. In that silence, something sacred was born. Not merely friendship, but faith. Years passed. The 5 men worked side by side under Doran, until he, nearing death, left them his business in gratitude for their honesty and toil. From a humble spice stall grew the House of 5, the largest merchant store in Velmore, known not for its riches, but for its fairness. They brought their families from Karolov, built homes near the river, and for the first time, laughter replaced hunger. But even as fortune smiled, each man carried his private scars. Mikhail still saw the forest in his dreams. Andrei still feared the day loyalty would be tested again. Petya, who had known captivity, lived with a quiet kindness that made strangers weep. Ivan prayed each night for strength not to grow proud. And Sergei, when the city slept, played his flute beneath the moon, a melody of the road, of 5 hearts once lost in the wilderness. Many years later, when the new generation began to forget the hunger of old, Mikhail stood at the balcony of their great store, watching the sun sink behind the river. He turned to his brothers and said softly, "Perhaps the world has not changed, but we have, and that is enough." And far in the distance, the forest whispered, as if remembering the vows once made beneath its shadow. This story is not about fortune found, but about men who refuse to lose their souls while seeking it. End, or perhaps the beginning.